Welcome to my channel. My name is Kate, and on today's episode we are crocheting a dress. So if you want to crochet a dress with me, stick around and stay tuned for the video. So we're going to be crocheting a dress from start to finish, and this is the kind of vibe I'm going for. So it's like 60s, 70s, Babydoll, but flowy, but still not completely solid crochet with a little bit of holes. And yeah, that's the kind of vibe. So 60s, 70s, flowy, but Babydoll, that kind of vibe. In this video, you're gonna need 2 to 3 balls of yarn. You're gonna need a 6mm hook, and you're gonna need a 4mm hook. I'm sure you can make it work without these hooks and use the ones that you have, but these are the ones that I used. So first I'm gonna start with my 4mm hook. Sorry, I'm dealing with yarn vomit right now, trying to find the middle of the ball. So first we're going to start with our 4mm hook, and you're going to want to chain the width around the largest part of your chest. So I'm going to take my yarn and make a slip knot. I take the yarn like this. I just kind of twist my fingers and grab the yarn from the bottom and pull it up. And that's just how I make a slip knot, and then I just put it on my hook and pull it tight. So this is how I make a slip knot. I crisscross these over like that. And then I grab this long tail right here and pull it through. And then I will just grab my hook and put that bad boy on there like that and pull it tight. And then we're just gonna chain. So for chain, you're just gonna yarn over, put it on the hook, and pull it through the loop. And then to chain, we are just gonna yarn over the hook like that and pull that through the hook. Yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, pull it through, and that's how you chain. So I just finished the chain. I'm doing 113. You want to try to stick with multiples of 3. So I went like 112 will be my multiple of 3, but I did 1 extra chain, so then we can go along with the next step, which our next step is going to be connecting these 2 sides together and making it a circle. So what we're gonna do is just slip stitch both sides together. Well, slip stitch this together. Make sure your chain doesn't get tangled. From here, we're just gonna go ahead and do single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, double crochet in each of the stitches all the way around, and I will meet you back when I made it all the way around. So to make a single crochet is you're gonna put your hook in this hole right here. I like to go in the back bumps because I feel like it gives it a cleaner finish, and we're going to want those V's on the bottom. So go in the back one and you're going to yarn over. Just like you're doing a chain, you're going to chain and you're going to pull that through like that, and then you're going to have 2 hooks on your chain. Again, you're going to yarn over and pull it through 1 and 2. Now for a double crochet, you're going to yarn over. Now you're going to put it into that stitch right there. And you're gonna yarn over again, pull it through, and now there's 3 loops on your hook. You're gonna yarn over again, and just put it through those first 2 loops. So we should still have 2 more loops on the hook, and you're gonna yarn over and pull it through that one. And that's how you do your double crochet. So just continue doing single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, double crochet until the very end. When you're doing your stitches into the chain, you're gonna wanna work them into the back bumps. When we work them into the back bumps, this leaves us real stitches on the other side, and this is gonna make it way easier for us to do the skirt later on. And I just like to mark my first stitch so then I don't forget where it's at. So I'm just gonna take a piece of scrap yarn and literally just pull it through there, and that's gonna be my stitch marker. I also am just gonna tie it because sometimes they come undone, so I'm just gonna give it like a loose little knot. Once you make it all the way around, then you're just gonna go ahead and slip stitch into that first stitch. After you slip stitch, you're gonna go ahead and chain 1. So my last stitch of my last row was a double crochet, so I'm gonna go ahead and single crochet over that, and then I'm gonna do double crochet over the next one because that next stitch of the last row was a single crochet. So you're just gonna do double crochet, single crochet, double crochet, single crochet Or if your last stitch was a single crochet, put the double crochet on top of that and then just continue doing double crochet, single crochet, double crochet, single crochet. I'm gonna do this on the last one that I made. I did it for 10 rows. I think I'm gonna do more closer to 15 rows just to give me a little bit more coverage, but you can do anywhere between 10 to 15 rows and I think you should be good. Or just do as much as you want based on how much coverage you want. Also, shout out to Stephanie So. This might be a rotten mango. Either way, thank you for keeping me busy while I crochet this dress that's gonna take me probably the next week. So thank you. So after we finish our rows for coverage, we're gonna chain one and turn. We're gonna go ahead and count all of our stitches and find the halfway point. So if you have like 114 stitches, your halfway point is gonna be 57. So we're just gonna single crochet, double crochet until 57. If you end in an even number like me, I have 112 stitches, so my number in half is gonna be 56. I'm only gonna single crochet, double crochet until my 55th stitch. So if you were like me and you had an even number, go ahead and put a stitch marker in that stitch. So like I'm putting it in my 56th stitch because that's my halfway point. This is just so then later when we come back to do the decreases on the back side that you don't put it in that stitch. The only reason we're doing this is because if you end in a double crochet when we're doing the decreases, it looks really funky because one side decreases way more than the other. So you're gonna wanna always have a single crochet on the last stitch so then our decreases don't end up looking funky. After we do that, we are going to go ahead and chain one and turn our work. And since we ended on a single crochet, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a single crochet decrease. So we're gonna do a single crochet decrease, and then we're gonna do a double crochet, and then continue doing single crochet, double crochet until you have 2 stitches left, where we're also gonna do a decrease, and I will meet you there. So what we're gonna do is insert our hook into that first hole, yarn over, pull it through. So now we have 2 hooks. Into that next hole, insert our hook, yarn over, pull it through. Now we have those 3 on, yarn over, pull it through all 3, and that's how you do a decrease. After you do your single crochet decrease, you're gonna do a double crochet and then single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, and continue doing that till you have 2 more stitches left. When you have 2 more stitches left, do another single crochet decrease. Then we will start on the next row. Oh, there's people yelling outside. So when we have our last 2 stitches, we're gonna go ahead and do a single crochet decrease. And now we're just gonna go ahead and chain one and turn. And now we're gonna do another single crochet decrease and a double crochet. And then you're gonna do a single crochet, double crochet until you have 2 stitches left, and you're gonna do another single crochet decrease. We're gonna continue doing this pattern until you have the amount of rows that you want for your decreases for the sides of your dress. So I started with 55 stitches and I'm gonna decrease until I have 33 stitches. This is gonna give me enough space for my armholes and enough decreases to my liking of how I want the shaping to be on the top. So just do as many rows as you need decreases as you like the shaping to go around your arms. After you finish your row of decrease, you're gonna chain one and turn, and we're gonna go ahead and do double crochet, single crochet across all the way till the end, and I will meet you there. So after you do the row of double crochet, single crochet, the last stitch should be a double crochet because we have an odd number. After that, go ahead and chain one, and now we're gonna go back to our row of single crochet, double crochet, and I will meet you there. After you finish that row, we're gonna go ahead and cut our yarn and work on the back side. So since I have the 1 extra stitch for mine, I'm gonna attach my yarn right next to that. And the reason we're doing this is so then on the opposite side we still have that extra stitch on the end, so it matches this one, and we're also missing a stitch on that side. And it'll work out in the end how it's supposed to be shaped. After we finish the other side, we're going to go ahead and chain one, and we're going to do a single crochet in each of the spaces around. This is why I was saying if you have an extra stitch, it's not going to be that big of an issue, because we're just going to single crochet over it. When you get to a corner, go ahead and stop and I will meet you there. So if I hold this up, this is where we're crocheting, so we're just crocheting around this whole border part until we get to a corner. When you get to this middle space right here, you're gonna have a tail. You can go ahead and just single crochet over it to go ahead and hide that. So now that I made it to the corner, which is the tops of these parts, I'm gonna go ahead and chain 50, and then I'm gonna single crochet down the chain, and we're going to just continue doing single crochets throughout the rest of this. But when you get to a corner, go ahead and chain 50, single crochet down the chain, and continue doing single crochets all around. You'll have 4 little loose strings coming off of it, and we're going to use these as our tie strings for the dress. If you don't want to do tie strings, you can also just do chains and measure where you want the dress to lay and only do 2 chains. I did this on the prototype and I chained 50, and I only did 2 chains, single crocheted down them on the front side, and on the back side I used a slip stitch to connect the chains. The only reason I'm not doing this is because it stretched a lot when I put it on, and I measured it on myself to make sure that it didn't stretch, and even taking in account with the stretch, it still stretched even more than I was expecting. So I'm going to do tie strings instead, so then I can just tie it to wherever I want it to lay. After you finish your last strap, you're going to go ahead and slip stitch into the first chain and chain 1 and go ahead and cut your yarn. And now we're going to go ahead and start working on the skirt. So now what we're going to do is we're going to attach yarn onto the bottom of the skirt, and we're going to go ahead and single crochet around the bottom of the skirt. For this part, you're going to use your 4mm hook, but after that we're going to go ahead and use our 6mm hook, so I would grab that now. After we single crochet around, we're going to go ahead and slip stitch into that first stitch. So now we're going to go ahead and grab our 6mm hook. After you do your slip stitch, go ahead and chain 4, and we're going to do 2 treble crochets into this first stitch. It is going to be a little hard to get the hook into the stitch because it is a tighter stitch. However, you can get it in, just push it through. So now that we have 2 treble crochets in our first stitch, we're just going to go ahead and do 2 treble crochets in every stitch around and slip stitch into the first treble crochet. Don't slip stitch into the chain, just slip stitch into the first treble crochet. After you finish doing your treble crochets, chain 2. So I chain 2, and in that stitch I'm going to put a double crochet. In the next stitch I'm going to put another double crochet. Then I'm going to do a chain, and I'm going to skip that stitch and go into the next one. Do 1 double crochet in those next 2 stitches. Then chain 1, skip that stitch. So you're just doing 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, chain 1, and in your chain 1, make sure you're skipping a stitch. After you finish your row of 2 double crochets in a chain, you're going to slip stitch it into the first double crochet. From there, go ahead and turn your work and chain 4, and we're going to do a treble crochet in every stitch. After that, you're going to go back to doing the 2 double crochets in a chain, and you're going to alternate each row until you get your desired length. I will meet you when I'm there. So this is the completed dress. I am obsessed with her. So this is the finished dress. She is all done. This is the back of it. I haven't weaved in the ends yet, so that's the next thing I have to do. I think she's so cute. She's like the perfect amount of like poofiness, and
I don't know, I just am obsessed with it. But I was thinking, should I make it long? I think it would be kind of cute long, like maybe down to like right there kind of length. I don't know. She's really cute as a little baby doll dress, but I think it would be cute as like a longer baby doll dress. What do you think? Should I do it? I don't know. And that's it for this video. Thank you for tagging along with me in this video, and if you made a dress, please tag me in it. I would love to see it. If you enjoyed this video, I would greatly appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up or subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.